believe in yourself, believe in angels, and believe in the universe. I mean, I tend to say God, but whether you call it the universe or the creator or prime source, it makes no difference. We're talking, we're talking about the ineffable, that which is indescribable. There are no words for. So, but I always had it, and I discussed it with them. I said that as far as I'm concerned, that belief, it was, I look for words within words, and within the word belief is the word lie. So you can believe anything, and it doesn't necessarily make it true. And I've kind of always felt like that, which is what I said to them. They said, but it is true for you all the time you believe it. Well, it sort of that kind of struck me quite. The penny really dropped with that because it's true. If you believe something, then that is your that is your truth, isn't it? That is your, and that explains as well why people have different. Uh, when you hear these people's near-death experiences and things, why they're all different because you get what you believe. If you are, for example, a Christian, or whatever your belief is reflected in your experience. So if you pass on with, that you believe that you're going to go to the pearly gates and be let in by St. Peter, and you're going to be judged, and you're going to be, that is the experience that you're likely to have, because that is your belief system. It's this consciousness creates reality thing, and this is why I say about the implications are so important, because it works just the same during our earthly experience. What we believe, we experience. Ralph Waldo Emerson, the American philosopher, a quote from him was, he said that life is belief expressed, and it's very true. It's very true. It really, literally is what you believe, and we are all um, we are all, by the time we're 7 years old, up to the age of 7 years old, our brains work in a certain way that we're basically recording all the time, not really thinking much before we're seven. So we're recording, and everything that is very much along the lines of a computer. Our by what we observe as young children, we are converting into program, like computer code into our, like, show me the hand that rocks the cradle and I'll show you the man. That's what that means. It's, whatever you're programmed by, whatever your experiences are as a youngster, you're programmed by